Welcome back to the deep dive. You know, there are some topics that just demand our immediate attention. And if there's one area that feels like it's not just evolving, but practically breaking the sound barrier, well, it's artificial intelligence. It's pretty astonishing, isn't it? I mean, just this month, we've seen AI agents that can apparently book your entire vacation, just like that, based on an initial request. Then you've got deepfakes, so realistic, they're not just fooling casual viewers anymore. They're genuinely challenging experts, makes you question what you see. And well, these new AI systems are reading brain scans, trying to decode what someone's thinking or see. It's just
Yeah,
one aha moment after another.
it absolutely is. And what's really fascinating here, I think, is that these aren't just, tech demos. They signal a fundamental shift. So our mission today really is to explore where we are now with AI and then try to project where it's headed near term and, well, further out. And maybe most importantly, to really look at the big implications, the responsibilities that come with this kind of, frankly, dizzying speed. It's the so what factor.
Exactly, which I think leads to the core question, the one a lot of us are wrestling with. Are we actually ready as a society?
Right.
Or is this all moving just a bit too fast? Okay, let's try and unpack this. When we talk about speed, it really hits home when you think how recent this explosion feels. I mean, just try and cast your mind back. January 2023, ChatGPT. For most people, it was barely even a thing, right? Maybe a cool novelty.
Right. And that contrast is exactly what makes today so staggering. What's fascinating, really, is the sheer velocity, because just 2.5 years later now, 2025, we've jumped from that basic chat stuff to,
Yep.
well, systems generating photorealistic video. You mentioned Sora, Runway,
Oh, yeah.
producing footage that seems to understand physics. It's wild. AI writing code that passes senior developer interviews, solving complex problems. And yeah, even drafting whole podcast episodes like this one could be. It's a massive leap in capability.
It really is mind-boggling, the scale of it. It kind of feels like we blinked, you know? Went from, oh, AI can draft an email to, hold on, AI could reshape entire job categories. It's progress, sure, but that speed, it definitely brings this feeling of, wow, overwhelming change, reevaluating what humans uniquely do.
And that exact pace, impressive as it is, immediately flags a major concern. Think about those AI video tools you mentioned. Brilliant tech, yes. But we're already seeing the danger, right? Super convincing fake news videos. The challenge isn't just spotting fakes anymore. It's this deeper erosion of computational trust. How do we know what's real online when the tools to fake it are so good, so easy to use, and spread so fast? Can we even audit information anymore?
That's a huge problem, yeah. But if we step back a bit, history kind of echoes this, doesn't it? Like the printing press. Totally disrupted the scribes, changed who controlled information. Or the internet, look what that did to traditional media. Whole industries flipped upside down. People adapted. We innovated. New things emerged. Feels like a pattern.
I see that historical angle, but I think the analogy kind of breaks down on one key point: the speed. The printing press didn't sweep across Europe in, what, 6 months? The internet didn't reshape everything in just a couple of years. Those took decades. Societies had time to adjust, create new rules, new jobs, new ways of thinking. AI, it's moving exponentially. Big leaps happening in months, not decades. That compressed timeline, it leaves way less room for us to adapt, for regulations to catch up, for people to reskill. It feels fundamentally different.
That's a really strong point. The velocity is just something else. And speaking of what's happening now, this is where it gets, well, really interesting, I think. AI agents. We're not just talking chatbots anymore. These are systems designed to act autonomously, to do complex stuff without constant handholding. Imagine an AI booking flights, managing your whole trip, maybe dealing with delays, renegotiating things, or even handling contract negotiations, pulling info from different places, making decisions in real time. They're becoming proactive.
Which immediately brings up a critical question, a really important one for you, the listener, to think about. When one of these agents acting for you makes a mistake, books the wrong flight, agrees to bad terms, who's responsible? Is it you, the person who launched it? Or does the AI company bear some liability for its autonomous actions? This whole idea of computational liability. The lines are getting very blurry very fast.
Okay, so that's a snapshot of the whirlwind right now. Let's look ahead a bit. Next 2 to 5 years, where do we think AI is going? My hunch is it becomes more invisible, just woven into daily life, fades into the background.
Invisible AI. That's a compelling idea, but can you make that more concrete for us? Like,
All right, cool.
what does that actually look like day to day? Give us some real examples.
Sure, absolutely. Picture your morning, your alarm. It doesn't just buzz at 6:30, it's optimized. AI looked at your sleep data, your calendar, the traffic, maybe the weather, and wakes you at the perfect moment. Your coffee maker, already brewing, strength adjusted based on, I don't know, your biometric data from your watch. Your car routes you to work, but it avoids a traffic jam that hasn't even happened yet because AI predicted it based on tons of data points. It's all just smooth.
Mhm.
Almost seamless. You barely notice the AI doing it.
Okay, wow. That sounds amazing and honestly kind of terrifying all at once.
Yeah.
And connecting that to the bigger picture, it really highlights privacy, obviously, but maybe something deeper too, like data sovereignty.
Mhm.
Who owns all those little insights about you? And personal agency. If AI optimizes away all the little decisions, the small frictions,
Mhm.
do we lose something important, that knack for figuring things out ourselves?
Exactly. It makes you think maybe we need a shift towards more personal AIs, ones that keep data local, on your device maybe. More user control could be one way. And speaking of big shifts, this inevitably brings us to work. The future of work. It's the question everyone's asking, and we need to go beyond just saying, oh, new jobs will appear.
Totally agree. It's way more nuanced. I kind of see it breaking down three ways. One, jobs that, well, likely shrink or vanish.
Hmm.
Think rote tasks, very structured customer service roles, maybe. Two, a huge category of jobs that get transformed. Human AI collaboration becomes the norm. That explodes. And three, completely new job categories we haven't even thought of yet, built around leveraging AI.
Okay, transform. Can you give us more specifics there? Especially for skilled roles. What does that collaboration actually look like on the ground?
Yeah, sure. Take doctors. AI gets incredibly good at diagnostics, pattern spotting, and scans, suggesting treatments from vast data. Does that replace the doctor? No. It frees them up. They become more like medical strategists, ethical guides, empathetic communicators.
Mhm.
The human touch becomes more valuable. Or teachers. AI can deliver personalized lessons, information, much more efficiently. So the teacher becomes less of an information broadcaster and more of a learning coach, fostering critical thinking, creativity, social skills, elevating the human element, you see.
That makes sense, paints a clearer picture, but it also begs a really tough question. What about the people who can't adapt? Or maybe don't want to? We can't just assume everyone makes this transition smoothly.
And that's exactly where policy has to step in. It's crucial. The tech itself isn't the issue, it's how we manage the transition. So yes, we need massive investment in retraining, upskilling. We probably need serious experiments with things like universal basic income, UBI, as a safety net, maybe even reconsidering the work week, shorter hours, redefining contribution. The challenge isn't the AI, really, it's us, our social and economic planning.
Okay, let's push the timeline out even further now. Think 10, maybe 20 years. This is where we get into artificial general intelligence, AGI, AI with human-like thinking across the board, learning, common sense, creativity, and then maybe artificial superintelligence, ASI, smarter than humans in, well, pretty much every way.
In that thought. I mean, does that not keep you up at night sometimes? Because for a lot of people, AGI, and especially ASI,
Hmm.
it feels huge, potentially scary, a leap into the unknown.
Honestly, sometimes, yeah, it absolutely does. But I try to frame it differently. Not like we're just passengers watching this happen. We're shaping it right now. The choices we make today about ethics, about research, about deployment, those choices will determine if AI becomes our greatest tool or, well, our biggest challenge. We're writing the story as we go.
So if we're the shapers, what are the key choices? What
Yeah.
should we be prioritizing right now to steer this thing responsibly?
I think a few things are critical. One, real transparency. We need to understand how these systems work, what data they use, what biases they might have, especially as they get more powerful. Two, international cooperation. Seriously, AI doesn't care about borders, so safety standards need to be global. And three, we have to figure out how to share the benefits widely, not let it all concentrate with a few giant tech companies. That's crucial for stability, for fairness. That's an ethical thing, too.
Those are vital proactive steps, definitely. But I also think we need a really honest conversation about what we might lose. We talk about AI augmenting creativity, but what about that raw, messy human struggle that often fuels real creativity? What about genuine connection if AI mediates more and more of our interactions? Or even, our sense of purpose. If AI can just do everything better, is there a risk of eroding what makes us uniquely human?
That's a really deep, valid concern. We absolutely have to think about that. But I sometimes wonder if the opposite could happen. Could AI, by handling all the drudgery, the calculation, actually free us up, free us to be more human, to focus on relationships, creativity, philosophy, exploration, the stuff that gives life meaning?
It's a hopeful thought, definitely. But here's a little analogy, maybe a cautionary one. Think about GPS. How many of us now feel a bit lost navigating without it? Have we maybe let that inherent skill, that sense of direction, atrophy a bit because the tech is so good? Could over-reliance on super capable AI do something similar? Dull our critical thinking, our problem solving, maybe even our empathy if AI handles too much social stuff? What skills might fade?
That's a powerful point. And it really underscores that we need to be super intentional about keeping those core human skills sharp, cultivating connections, even as AI advances. It's not about fighting AI, but about consciously preserving what makes us us.
So, yeah, bringing this all back, the big question for you listening right now is, how do you navigate this world being transformed by AI?
Our advice, I'd say, stay curious, really curious, but also stay cautious. Learn about the tools, see how they can help you, make things easier, boost your work, but never, ever lose sight of your unique human strengths. Your creativity, your empathy, critical thought, real connection, and maybe most important, get involved in the conversation. This isn't just happening to us. You can help shape it. Your voice matters.
Absolutely. And just remember, this future isn't set in stone. It's not predetermined. Every choice you make, the tools you use, the policies you support, the discussions you have, it all adds up. It influences where we land, which, raises that important question about your own agency in all this.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the AI revolution. And maybe as you go about your day, think about this. In a world that's increasingly driven by AI, how will you intentionally protect and cultivate your own unique human strengths and connections? It's definitely a question worth asking.